beautiful people. A lovely afternoon to you. Thank you for joining us again on Keep It Simple this lovely Tuesday afternoon. How is the weather at your end? I hope you're not too cold, though. Some of us had to come to the studio in the rain. I hope you know how to go to work in the rain, but I hope you're keeping safe. My name is Oluwakemi, and I want to welcome you again to KIS, and I have Tolu and Ricky with me in the studio.
Hi,
and together
Kemi.
we will be doing this. Hello, beautiful ladies.
How are you, beautiful dancer?
How are you? I like that.
What's the meaning of
Nice.
damn sex? It's not supposed to be a single, a young lady that's not married.
No,
or-
not necessarily.
Is that the
I think
definition?
we should check that.
No,
Really?
I don't think it has
I
to
didn't
be
know that. I think
with
we
being married
I
or...
think
I'm not
I just think
certain,
it's a
no, I'm
young
just asking.
lady.
Okay.
So
That's
you
beautiful,
can
right?
also be a dancer to her husband. So.
Adio.
How are you
Yeah,
guys doing?
don't worry.
How's the weather? Anybody had rain experience today? Because me, I did do.
Oh, well.
Good.
I was not drenched in the rain.
Okay,
but
perfect.
I can feel that the weather is chilled.
Yes,
it's
it
cool,
is.
and
It is.
it has a way, like I'm feeling some kind of way because of the
Okay.
weather. Yeah, so that's just the thing. I wasn't drenched in the rain, but I'm not really up on my foot and
Okay.
like just ready to walk. I'm just feeling kind of
All
laid
right.
back.
Yeah, of
because
course.
the
The
chilled
weather, yeah.
weather, yeah.
It happens. So I came in the rain, and again, the reality dawned on me again the second time about how flooded our roads are. You know, buses finding it really difficult to find their way around and all of that
Yeah.
because everywhere is just flooded. The drainage is full. Like seriously, I don't know what happens if rain come in for, let's say, like a whole week. Like if it rains continually for a week. I don't want to say we are done for, but like I don't know, man. I wish something can be done and done really fast. That's just that. I don't know. Anyway,
Government, are you listening?
that
They're listening, no?
I'm sure they are. All right, so October is also the month of breast cancer awareness, and we are all ladies, so definitely one way or the other we can relate. Okay, even if you don't have a personal experience, of course you probably have heard of people who have had to go through some of these things and all. So this is the month to let people know that breast cancer is real, and they just have to do the check themselves, or they could also go to the hospital if they want. So if you notice anything at all, immediately, you have to reach out to your doctors and let them know exactly how you're feeling.
Exactly.
So, anything about that?
Yeah, I mean, the conversation has been up for a while. Every year we actually observe this whole thing, like every October we have the conversation about breast cancer awareness, and I want to believe it's something that should not just be for every October. It's a conversation that should go around the year, round the clock.
Of course.
But specifically, we are discussing this like this season because it's the month that I've been really set aside to celebrate it, and I really want to believe that the awareness is reaching the grassroots. So I was listening to a TV program earlier today where we have a medical practitioner discuss this thing, like he's specializing in that field, and he talked about the fact that his NGO, apart from the fact that he's a medical practitioner, he also runs an NGO that provides support for women with breast cancer and all, and the fact that he's wild because even in the grassroots, women are aware of this thing. Like they did a recent an outreach recently, and they were able to reach over 6,000 women within like 2 weeks.
Wow.
Like the outcome was really encouraging. So I wish we could have many more NGOs. So it's not just about talking about it. It's a whole lot of process involved, because from the awareness to the examination or screening or whatever, then the treatment, the medication, and I mean, it's not just you doing self-examination. It's about you really getting a doctor to, if you notice anything after the self-examination, you get the service of a medical practitioner that really conducts a proper check on you, and if there's anything that you may be scared of, I mean, they put you through all of the process. Definitely. If you need any medication, if you need special medical attention, I mean, the whole thing is that you walk on your feet when you notice anything. So breast cancer is not actually a death sentence if you're able to detect it.
Definitely, yes.
Quick detection, early detection will really save us many stress and all. So we are having the awareness, we're having the discussion. Have you really self-examined recently? This is a question to all of us. I mean, even me, I need to really answer that question myself. So we need to always try to pay attention to ourselves. If you notice anything different, reach out to a medical doctor, and yeah, we should just really gut our backs.
So one thing I want to add is that when it comes to self-examination, it is very important when it comes to the breast for women, because we never can tell what's happening to us, the kind of things that our families history has. So some people don't know anything about self-examination. So when you wake up in the morning, you lie down straight on your bed and make sure you feel yourself, especially when it comes to your bust area. You feel it very well. Make sure that there is nothing whatsoever. Just look out for anything that's not consistent with your flesh. If there's something like that, you just need to go to your hospital. It could just be an ordinary tumor like that, or it might be a benign one that's not cancerous. That just has to be removed, you understand? And then one thing I also know is that for women, we just have to avoid the use of tight bras. Some people are so used to it, like they can't even go out without their bras being very tight, and you know, it's not so good. Medically, it's not good at all. And probably we have to try to ensure that we wash our bras. Some people will use one bra for 2 weeks, 1 month, especially the black ones. Probably every 2 days or so, you can just change your bras, wash them. These are very important things that we do not know. We just take them like the body is so important to us.
All right, thank you very much. There you have it. Please kindly take your health seriously. All right, let's go on a short break. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Yeah, welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. And if you're just joining us, this is Keep It Simple right on Golf TV. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, please kindly do that right now. And don't forget to click on the bell icon so that you can get notifications whenever we go live or upload new videos. So our discuss today pertains to greetings. Okay, we understand that as Nigerians, or even as an individual, we understand how vital greetings are. Okay, so now today we want to ask or want to know if starting a greeting by saying how are you is polite enough, especially when it has to do with culture. And culture is supposed to be the way of life. Okay, so what exactly is the culturally accepted standard for greeting? You know, from the older one to the younger folks, or from the younger folks to the older one. Is it appropriate for you to start a greeting or to say hello to someone by saying, how are you? And we are not speaking from the diaspora perspective, you know, speaking from the core Niger perspective, of course, but from a very knowledgeable point of view. So, over to the ladies. First of all, let me ask you, personally, if a younger person walks up to you and say, oh, how are you? What will your response be? Like,
I'm fine. May I meet you? I don't think I've ever
that's
met
fine.
you.
All right. So someone comes up to you, a younger person, maybe someone you're familiar with or someone you're not even familiar with, and the person says, how are you?
I'm fine now. What else is there to say?
Okay. So that
it depends on the tone, sorry.
Oh, okay. So
how far now?
No,
it depends on the tone. Let me just say that. Someone that just comes and just says, how are you, like instantly, I'll be like, where is this one coming from? You know, get things. You understand exactly, okay. But if it is said in a respectful way, definitely I want answer. But you don't just fling the how are you at me. I'm not asking you to. I didn't force you to ask me how are you in the first place.
Okay. You know that in this part of the world, we believe that the younger person should extend greetings first. You know, we expect that the younger person should greet the older person first. That's what a lot of people expect. So it's like a cultural thing in this part of the world. So, and there are certain ways you're allowed to greet the older folks. So there are older folks who might not be comfortable with the fact that you walk up to them and say, hello, how are you? You know, they don't like it. They believe that there are accepted ways for you to greet them. And that was why I first of all asked you the question. So you say you're totally fine with it. So now can you walk up to an older person and say, oh, how are you, sir? Or what would be the first thing you would say if you want to?
It depends on the time of the day.
Okay.
If in Nigeria, if it is good morning, sir. Good morning, good afternoon, ma, or good evening, ma.
Okay.
Depends on the time of
Are
the
you
day.
allowed? Are you even allowed to ask an older person how are you
I think
before
it
they
depends-
ask you?
It depends on my relationship
With
the
them,
person.
yeah.
Okay.
If we don't have an informal or cordial relationship, I don't just walk up to you and say, how are you first? Like Ruki has said, depending on the time of the day, oh, good morning, ma, good afternoon, sir, good evening, how have you been? Then we can now, for me, that's just like a conversation starter. Like, you just have to greet.
Okay.
You just have to greet, hi, how are you, ma'am? After the old good morning, good afternoon, then whatever information that we need to pass across, and then
It is not
Ruki
sorry.
has something else.
Okay, so
Another
recently
opinion.
I had a discussion with someone, and the person was like, Ricky, just greet people sarcasm like that. You just say
good morning, and you go.
You just say good morning, sir, and you go. You don't exchange
Pleasantries.
pleasantries. And I'm
Okay.
like, I'm not close to you.
Or are
Like-
you expected to go on your knees? See, these are like two
Seriously.
different
there.
things.
We'll get there.
No, I want to know if
Okay.
it's that she didn't exchange pleasantries or
I did not.
You didn't-
I don't usually if I am not close to you.
okay.
I just feel
alright.
like, oh, you are on your own, and I'm on my own as well.
Okay.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, ma. That's fine. Like, we don't have anything
Other things to
whatsoever.
say. Okay.
And if I'm close to you, like Tolu, I can say Tolu, Tolu, how are you now? Good morning. How fine now? How was your weekend? I have something. There's something that's happened between us. Oh, how was the program you went for? I have something to ask you. Not all the time. So the person was like, okay, I have to change. Sometimes you just have to ask someone, how are you? How was your weekend? I was like, oh, really? Is that a thing also? It's people just say you are rude because I was like, really? Oh, so they've even brought rudeness to this thing. Not like I don't greet them again, no, but I don't exchange further pleasantries. I'm like, okay, no problem. This one you've told me. I will try to work on it. Whenever I see the person, good morning,
You
sir.
wait and
or
wait.
good morning, sir.
You
Or,
wait and
how was your weekend? Or anything at all. Wow, anything that comes to my mind, basically, that I just say it like that. Let it not look like I still see someone elder. That's older than me spoke to me and I'm disrespectful. I just try to many, but for other people that I'm not still close, I just greet good morning, ma, good morning. So I feel that should be the end, because there are certain people your good morning just have to end at there. It just has to be there, because when you start giving room for much more pleasantry, much more discussions, other things will crop in that you definitely will not like.
Okay. I think I understand your perspective. So now let's go further. There are some cultures where you're not supposed to say good morning, sir, or good morning, ma, and you keep standing. You are either supposed to prostrate or bow your head or bend the knee. Just do one thing or the
Is
other.
it good morning,
to
sir?
show
Or
that
you're greeting
you're
in the dialect of that culture?
It could be dialect, or it could even be in English as well. It's just a sign of respect. They feel it's a symbol of respect.
I think I remember I've had that conversation with someone before, and the person was like, Ricky, you don't greet well. And I'm like, Yoruba, you know yourselves now. So the person was like, Ricky, yes, Yoruba will do that a lot.
Who are the people here?
They are the ones that does that. You people like greeting a lot. You like respect. The person was like, Ricky, you don't greet very well. I'm like, but I greeted you very well now. Good evening, ma. She was like, no, you don't. What they say, you dobale or what? And I was like, how they also do it though? She said you do like this. I can't stand up right now. You do like, and I'm like,
the knee, actually.
okay, because she's older than me. So whenever I say, I just do it. Yeah, but I'm not used to it. Like in my tribe now, we greet. Okay, I'm from the Delta State. My tribe is Yoruba, so we greet Mingo if I want to greet my mom. I'll say, Mommy Mingo, ma. And she'll answer me very do. Mingo means I'm on my knees. I'm very means to stand. Do, normal do. I say do a lot.
Not like you're really on your knees, yeah?
Yeah. Exactly. Her knees. Yeah. So
Okay.
my parents, I greet them that way. Sometimes I'm standing, probably I'm in a rush. Sometimes I can bow, but it's not like it's not
a thing.
like you don't hold it so big against me that
It's like
Ricky,
sign
you
of
didn't
respect.
yes you didn't kneel down, but the word itself means I'm on my knees. But for some other tribes like Yoruba, you have to kneel down and all this, and I'm not used to it. So some people see it as being disrespectful or being proud. Basically, I just try to avoid people like that, because if I see you coming like that, I will just, even if I have to turn 360 degrees, I can avoid that thing, because it's not just part of me.
Okay, all right. So Tolu happens to be a Yoruba lady. So let's hear her speak from the Yoruba perspective. You know, of course, we as Nigerians, we know that the Yoruba culture does not joke with respect. You know, they feel, especially when they think that this particular thing pertains to respect. So in the culture, you know, going on your knees or prostrating, all of these things are signs of respect.
Or bowing
so
down.
in fact, when Yoruba families, when your parents, during upbringing, they teach you how to go on your knees or to prostrate as the male child. You know, that is the way they teach you to greet. So as an individual now who is Yoruba and as well knowledgeable, do you think we need to begin to checkmate some of these things and not hold them personally to heart? Like, should it be something we take personal when someone doesn't bend a knee or prostrate when they say hello to you, especially if they are not even from your tribe?
I think it builds on you to know what you want to take personally or not. I mean, you cannot force your thoughts, opinion on other people. Just learn to cohabit peacefully with people. Yeah, so understand the fact that we are from different cultural background and you don't expect people to behave exactly the way you would behave. So this whole greeting of a thing, as much as it is cultural, I think it still has to do with your personal values or your belief or your upbringing, your just your own take on things generally. So I am a Yoruba lady, and by default, when I greet, it's not just even my contemporaries or my age mate or whatever, but I am a Yoruba lady, and I understand that you have to really greet someone warmly. So if you're an elderly person, I bow. By default, I don't know when I do it. At home, it's actually it's something I do. I go on my knees. Like, I may not be on my 2 knees completely at home while greeting my parents or my uncles, but I bow, and it's by default, so I don't have any issue with that. But because I have traveled, I have a level of exposure, and I will get to some certain places. They will tell me, it looks like no, you don't have to kneel. Oh no, like you begin to feel uncomfortable when you kneel for other persons, and so it's just about me knowing when to do that and when not to. But at least it is at that point that my own personal style comes into. So I might not necessarily bow to you, but the way I will greet you warmly, you will look past the fact that whether I bow or I have not bow. So the cultural thing is there. Your personal style is also there. So I may not bow to you as an elderly person, but I might not really have much interaction or relationship. But the way I would smile, like eye contact, my smile, and even it's just a comment on how good you look. And I might necessarily not have really met you like 3-4 times. But hi, good morning, sir. Whatever, then I smile, then just pause. I will not be on the walk. Except I'm really in an hurry and you know that, she's hurrying somewhere, but I will wait and greet you, then I'll move ahead without necessarily bowing or whatever. But I think it's just my thing, it's just the way I am. So I wouldn't force I wouldn't force my own style on someone else's, but really, that cultural thing is there. I can't help it. I can't actually help it. It's there, then combined with my own style of greeting,
Okay, all right. So we need to quickly go on a short break. When we come back, the conversation continues. Please stay with us. welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. This is still Keep It Simple. And yes, our conversation is still on. Don't forget that you can also join the conversation by leaving a comment right there in the comment section. So, is it appropriate to start a greeting with how are you? That is exactly what we want to establish into this program. So, we've talked about a lot, moving from one tribe to the other, and what is acceptable in a particular culture and what is not acceptable in other cultures. So now, I want to go back to the ladies. I have other questions. So let's talk about how, of course, Nigeria is a country with over 300 languages, and that means that we have greetings that are specific to each languages. What works for you might not work for the other person. So is this something, greeting, is this something you should take personal, knowing that, or is this something you should take to heart? Because we are preaching one Nigeria. We're saying that, we need to live together in peace and unity and all of that. So if I want to approach a person who is Yoruba and the person feels I should go on my knee and I'm not from the Yoruba culture, am I supposed to still do that even though I'm from another tribe? Or should I not even bother and the other person should still accommodate my excesses, knowing that, I'm not from that culture, so it shouldn't be a problem? Okay.
You want to answer that?
I don't even get the question in the first place. I don't understand.
I think I understand a little.
You understand what I'm saying?
No.
If you're talking about the fact that we're one Nigeria,
yeah.
So do I need to learn other forms of greetings that is not my culture inclusive?
Okay.
You understand? Like,
well,
greeting that doesn't pertain to my culture. Do I have to learn it because I want us to have one Nigeria? Or are other tribes supposed to accept me the way I am? So if I can't greet in your culture, or the appropriate way to greet in your culture, if I can't do it, are you supposed to accommodate me that way and not take it to heart?
I think it's individual differences, yeah.
Okay.
Because some people would accommodate, while some people won't. Some people are just strict to their culture. They don't want to bend. Some people are unbending when it comes to their culture, while some people will, okay, let me allow. Okay, like for instance, now I find myself in the Yoruba setting, and many elderly people expect me to greet, is it Eka Roma or Eka Song, or what's the evening again? Something like Eka Lema. So it doesn't really come to me that easily, you understand? So sometimes some of it will be like, can't you greet in our yeah. And I'm like, I just laugh it off, and I'm like, I'll say it again. I'll be like, Eka Roma. And sometimes over time, they just got used to me that, she just greets good morning, my good morning, sir, to every person. Sometimes I can see their countenance that they're not happy with the way I greet them. The days I remember to greet a karama, I greet it. But I try to, my possible best, I try to greet a little way, just conform to what is their culture. Because people normally say that when you're in Rome, you behave like the Romans. You understand? So for you to be acceptable sometimes, and if I know that the person understands English, I'll greet you in English if it's an official setting. But once I come out of the office, I see an elderly person that I perceive that doesn't understand English, I greet in that dialect. But if it's not a dialect, I don't understand at all. I can't speak at all. I just do English. I just bow down. I'm like, good. I bow down so they know that I'm greeting, but I don't understand their own language.
I think it's a thing with Yoruba too, especially the older folks, to expect that the younger folks will greet them
in their language. Yeah, they're so used to it.
A lot of Yoruba elders would see it as you being disrespectful when they know you understand Yoruba and you can speak Yoruba, but you're greeting them in English. It come off like you're rude. I don't know where that comes from, but I think it's a thing, like it's something. So I wouldn't be greeting my parents. No, I mean we can actually do that, but I would have to greet them in my native language, or maybe my cousins, my uncles and aunties, just anybody that is generally older than me, and I want to greet them. I'll just have to greet them in my native dialect. But there are occasions where, good morning, I mean, that is accepted, but they expect that more often than not you should greet them in
But
Yoruba,
I think
because that
give
is just
chances
respect.
to
Because
other
the
people
reason
that
is
are
that,
not their
yeah,
I feel like we shouldn't impose their tribe on
there should
other
be a
people.
balance. We should strike a balance.
Exactly.
Because it's not everybody that will understand your language.
And the world does not revolve around your language. We have a lingua franca.
Exactly.
Which is English.
Yeah, in our territory.
But in this territory too, our lingua franca is English.
But do you know why Yorubas are really particular about that thing? There are some Yoruba words that are not
please,
captured.
before you say that, apologies to Yorubas
in
watching the program.
Exactly.
Please, we are only being specific because we
Yeah.
know the Yoruba culture, you know, are very particular.
They are big
about
on respect
exactly, and that's why it seems like we keep
big on
calling
it.
the Yorubas the
yeah.
Yorubas. Okay,
Yeah.
please,
So
no
the
offense.
thing is that there are some Yoruba words that you cannot really express in English, and this thing about respect is a big thing for us. Like there's some, should I call it syllables or something? That you
something like something like. I actually got to learn that.
In English, when you speak, you know, you're not really putting in perspective senior or elder or younger.
Okay.
Kemi, please give me that thing.
All right.
Or please bring that thing to me. In Yoruba, ba mi mu kini yen is different from ba mi mu kini yen. So the fact that is in a sentence in Yoruba means you acknowledge the fact that this person is older. And you are putting that respect there. Ba mi mu is different from ba mi mu. They'll be like, are you talking to me? Okay. That you're not showing the fact that you're respecting them in that sentence, even though it's a request. Okay. You still have to, pay attention to little things like that. And in English, I mean, there are no respect. You just talk.
But you still use please.
Exactly.
When you use words like please,
exactly,
kindly, could you, these are already words that show that you're being respectful.
They will not really pay attention to all of those big grammars.
I got frustrated with trying to speak Yoruba when I realized I don't say I don't know how to use it to people that are older than me. So when the correction was like, you didn't say that's not how you say. See, good morning.
Good
please,
morning.
Let me to bring that thing. I just speak English so that I won't be caught in that dilemma of or no or something.
Yeah, and this issue of probably in a family setting, your parents having maybe like 3-4 kids, and they expect that between the siblings there should be a level of respect in the way you relate with each other. I mean, you cannot be calling your older sibling by our name or by his name. In other climes, in other culture, actually, they don't really pay attention to it. They can just call you by your first name and everybody is fine. So in a family of 4, all the siblings are calling themselves by name. But in some Yoruba families, auntie and auntie, your sister, goodness. So it's a big thing for us, actually. It's a big thing, but just like Kuki had said, when you are in Rome, you behave like a Roman. There are some exceptions to these things, but in some scenarios where you just have to, if you don't know how to, people that are on the receiving end should learn to accommodate. We should just learn to strike a balance.
All right, thank you. At the end of the day, that shows the whole conversation. See, respect is reciprocal. Let's respect each other, irrespective of your culture, your language, your tribe. Let's just respect one another. Okay? If someone tells you, "Oh, how are you?" and you don't like that, okay, you can communicate your grievance to that person. You shouldn't, or maybe you should even take it, or you should not be a problem.
Don't you know how to?
Yes, and if you want to correct them, don't do it in a disrespectful way as well. Okay, there are ways to go about these things, because for this one Nigeria to succeed, we need to respect one another. All right, that is where we'll draw the curtain on today's conversation. And don't forget, our challenge is still on. So if you haven't joined us, you're missing out big time. All right, so all you have to do is upload a video of you dancing and upload it, post it on your social media platforms and tag us. The hashtags are showing right now on the screen. Use those hashtags so that we can share it on our platforms, and you tell people to come and like it, because the videos with the highest number of likes would go home with the prizes that we have in stock. And this week is also a program we usually have in the Gospel Mission International, which is known as OSAM, Hour of Salvation and Miracles. It holds every second Friday of the month, and this Friday happens to be second Friday. So you should join us on that program on our social media platforms. Okay, everything is online now, so you don't have to leave. You don't have to leave where you are. Just connect to the program. You can do that right here on our YouTube channel or our social media platforms: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram @official Gov TV. So subscribe right now so that you can get notifications on Friday. And the team is help from above. We all need that help. So connect to that program so that you can pray your way to breakthrough. So we see you again tomorrow. My name is Jolu Akemi, and from Tolu, Ruki, and myself. Enjoy.
Enjoy.
Bye.